and welcome back to another Sergmanx video. Today's video, I'm going to take a look at one of my favorite franchises of all time, the Mega Man franchise. The Super Nintendo was the first console I ever owned. I'll never forget games such as Donkey Kong Country 2, Super Mario World, Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy 3, and last but not least, Mega Man X. The moment I popped in the cartridge, I fell in love with everything about it. The music, the gameplay, the character design, and the story. It was a tale of strength, rising up from defeat and becoming stronger. From start to finish, this game is a pure masterpiece. I became a fan of Mega Man since then. The next game in the franchise I played was Mega Man X4. I love the animated cutscenes and the opening, and yes, the voice acting is bad, but in a good cheesy nostalgic way. Funny enough, this whole time I played these X games, I never knew there was another Mega Man. I thought X was the Mega Man this whole time. It wasn't until I graduated from the 6th grade, my parents gave me $100 to spend as I please in a Toys R Us. I only remember buying two things. A game called Cheap on PS1, and Mega Man 8. I was very confused by this Mega Man I'd never seen before. And what? Dr. Light is alive! It was then I realized this game took place before the X series. To my delight, it played just like the X games, minus the dash and the wall jump. The tone of the game was also much more bright and colorful in comparison to the X series' darker world. X1, X4, and Mega Man 8 were really some of the most fun I have had with video games during my childhood, and as the years passed, I played these games to death. I finally got my chance to play the old Mega Man games when the Mega Man Anniversary Collection was released in 2004 on PS2 and GameCube. For today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the version of Mega Man 1 on the Mega Man Legacy Collection that released back in 2015. Everything has a beginning, and with that, it's time to start the Mega Madness. Is this game good? Let's find out. Dr. Thomas Light, a world-renowned robotics engineer, has created 6 industrial robots to assist humans in their productive day-to-day life. All was peaceful until Dr. Albert Wily, a former colleague of Dr. Light who was jealous of his success, stole all 6 of Light's robots and reprogrammed them so that he could conquer the world. However, Dr. Light still had 2 more robots that Dr. Wily didn't steal, Rock and Roll. Both robots are lab assistants to Dr. Light. With the world in peril, Rock steps forward and becomes Mega Man to stop Dr. Wily from taking over the world. Now that we have a basic understanding of the story, let's get into the game itself. Most games during this era were pretty linear. Mega Man, on the other hand, gives us a choice on what stage we want to tackle first. We have Cut Man, Bomb Man, Elect Man, Ice Man, Fireman, and Guts Man? What's a Guts Man?
I have no idea what a Gutsman is, so let me ask somebody who I think may know what a Gutsman is. Monkey Man, take it away.
Sergmanx asked me if I knew who Gutsman was. Well, I don't. But I'm gonna tell you what I think about him. He's probably fat. Does he have a lot of gas? Is that how he defeats his enemies? Because all the other guys have their names tailored after what their special power is. He's probably very brave, he has a lot of guts. Luckily, Sergman sent me a picture of him so I could check him out. So let's see what this guy looks like. Okay, well, I was wrong. He does look very strong, though. He looks like he could beat some people up. Not really fat. But I bet you $10 if you push that button on his chest, he'll explode.
Yeah, I take it he also has no idea what it is, apparently, so moving along.
Now that we have control of Mega Man, let's shoot up some robots. Wait, I can't charge the Mega Buster? Okay, well, I can at least slide under enemies, right? No, I can't do that either? Alright, no problem, I'll just call Rush and... Oh. That's not here either. So what can Mega Man do then? Jump and shoot. If you played a more recent Mega Man game and then try to go back to the original, just be prepared for a lack of abilities you have access to. Compared to later entries, Mega Man seems a bit heavy here. Yeah, I'm not kidding, Mega Man drops like a ton of bricks, so be careful when you're trying to jump over bottomless pits. The music here is decent, but overall I think later entries in the franchise has much better tunes, but I did find a couple of tracks that stand out from the rest. such as Bomb Man and Elect Man. The game can be pretty challenging too, but I wouldn't say it's impossible to get through. With the right patience and careful movements, you can make it through without taking too much damage. Luckily, enemies will sometimes drop health and 1-ups you can pick up, so that helps. Oh, what are these? Score balls. I guess these are useful if you're competing for a high score with your friends. However, some of these level gimmicks are just pretty annoying. These moving platforms in Gutsman stage can be pretty tricky if you don't have the right timing when jumping. But these invisible blocks are the worst. They're just a pain to get through, because if you fall down you'll have to start all over again. This section with the platforms that move and shoot projectiles. Such an annoyance. What's up with this ledge jump at the beginning of the Electman stage? Also, what's up with the hall of enemies right before the Robot Master? I end up losing health, and then the fight becomes much more of a pain. I also can't seem to get past this fire hazard without taking damage, unless I'm missing something. I figured Iceman's weapon would freeze the fire, but apparently not. Speaking of boss weapons, after you defeat the level Robot's Master, you acquire their weapon. This gives you more combat abilities to take out the normal enemies, and best of all, each of the 6 Robot Masters are weak to another boss weapon. Now that I acquired Cutman's weapon, let's take out the rest of them. Okay, so now that all 6 Robot Masters are taken care of, let's go after Wily. From this point forward, the path ahead is purely linear. A lot of the obstacles in this stage requires the use of the boss weapons, and you'll run into familiar stage gimmicks. Wait, I can't get past here? So apparently, if you didn't backtrack to Electman's stage and get the Magna Beam, you can't progress. I literally have no choice now but to die and go to Electman's stage. Okay, now I'm back where I was. Hopefully nothing like that happens again. Oh look, it's Yellow Devil. Why is this thing impossibly hard? This is by far the most frustrating fight in the entire game. You need to perfectly dodge everything he throws at you with next to no mistakes. I'm a busy guy, so I don't have time for this. Thanks to this pause glitch, you can take him out easily. Do I feel unaccomplished? Not at all. As you progress through the next stage, you will rematch some of the Robot Masters again, which is easier this time because you already have their weakness. Oh look, it's my doppelganger. I'll just spam him with shots from Electman's weapon. And before you know it, he dies. Geez, this might be the easiest stage so far. After traveling through the currents, you're at the boss already. This is a really easy fight. Just shoot him a bit with the Mega Buster, and then finish him off by throwing these boulders at him. There you go, on to the final level. Here we are, at last, the final stage. Mega Man will rematch the final 4 Robot Masters back to back. So you need to do this perfectly in one shot, otherwise you're gonna die and have to do it all over again. And now it's come down to our final fight, Dr. Wily. And he's not too bad for the most part. His projectiles are very visible and easy to see, and you can dodge them with no trouble at all. Just use the correct weakness and he'll be defeated really quickly. With Wily defeated, he will bow down to your greatness, as he should, and the game will suddenly transition to Mega Man running home? What happened to Wily?
It's over, Wily!
So what did I think of the original Mega Man? Well, you have to respect Mega Man 1 for laying out the foundation to the franchise, and for that, I'm grateful to it. The rock, paper, scissors approach to the boss fights was a very unique idea and is still a staple of the franchise. With some decent tunes and some solid gameplay, there is still fun to be had here. However, this is not a game I have too much love for due to some of the annoying level gimmicks that I just find really frustrating. Later games in the franchise really evolve the Mega Man formula and gets rid of the stuff that doesn't work too well in the first game. I would play this game if you're really curious about the origins of the Mega Man franchise. It's not a bad game, but the other games in the franchise are just so much better.
Alright, with Mega Man 1 out of the way, it's time to move on to the sequel, which some say it's the best Mega Man game? I guess we'll find out in the next Sergmanx review, where we take a look at Mega Man 2. Drink your E-Tanks, stay safe, and have a good one. Peace out.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and comment below your thoughts on today's topic. Please consider subscribing to the channel, and hit that bell to be notified when the next Sergmanx video drops. Have a good one.